the transition from the three brothers to today, how did that transpire? What worked really well? What didn't work so well?
So the Three Brothers incorporated in 1960. They did do one good thing. I mean, they did a lot of good things, but not in the transition department. And so they did a buy-sell agreement.
Okay.
So that meant that the owners of the business have first option to buy anyone out. So that was good that they did that. We could write a book on how to do it right and how to do it wrong, because we've had both experiences. Sadly, part of the family we don't even talk to anymore because it did not go well. I did this program called Goldman Sachs 10,000 Small Businesses. Sure. And they teach small businesses like ours, and this is not how they describe it, how to be real businesses. And it's like a recipe. They have different modules, and they have a recipe for success, basically. And so I went to an event they had, and a woman who teaches negotiations in the program, she spoke to a big auditorium full of us, and she said, her name's Maury. Oh God, I'm going to ruin her last name. Tapahur. She does negotiations like for the NFL. I mean, she really knows her stuff. And I think she teaches at Northwestern also. And afterwards, I said to her, we're trying to finish buying out the family. And this was an aunt, and she had the last little bit. And I said, I would like to hire you to help me. And not to do the negotiations, but just help me. And she said, I'll help you, but you can't hire me. I would never charge anyone that has gone through this program. I thought that was so nice. But one of the things she said was, in every negotiation, there is something that has nothing to do with money, and you have to figure out what it is. And so I came home with that in my mind. And, on the plane, I was thinking about it, and I finally figured out it's baked goods. And Aunt Estelle wanted to make sure she would get her baked goods, and her children would, and her grandchildren would have wedding cakes from us. And so we were working with one of the daughters and her husbands while we were doing this buyout thing. And we put a sentence in there about the baked goods. No, that wasn't enough. Okay, so we put 2 sentences in. Not enough. 3, not enough. We have a whole addendum on baked goods. That's what it is. And so then one of her other daughters, her husband, was going to buy a company, and he was having a hard time getting it closed, I think. And so he was flying out to California, and it was a 100-year-old company. And I said, you need to figure out what that thing that has nothing to do with money is. And I had a feeling it was the legacy, and I was right. And he came back and he said he wanted to make sure that the history, and that rich history of 100 years, didn't get thrown under the bus.
Thank you for sharing that. And you said it very eloquently and spot on. There's always something that has nothing to do with money in every one of these succession transition plans. Always.